New developments in Lil Durk's case have revealed key details about his potential release date. According to recent updates, words from Durk's father suggest that he may be granted release on bond. This marks Durk's third attempt at securing bond, and this time, his legal team has presented an offer so compelling that the judge is reportedly finding it hard to turn down.
The courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't co-prosecutor. He wasn't co-defense, but he was co-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to be ruling in the next 2 days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers. Thank you, and inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
Strangely enough, during the court hearing, prosecutors made a surprising move by choosing to dismiss Durk's lyrics as evidence. One report stated, at today's court session, prosecutors told the judge they are voluntarily discarding key evidence against Lil Durk, even reading it aloud in front of the entire courtroom. This sudden decision raises questions about how it might impact the rest of Durk's bond hearing. The lyrics in question were, told me they got an attitude, got the location, and went to look on the news, and saw your son screaming no, no, no. Lines that were reportedly played alongside a news clip of Quando Rondo shouting no.
Search is on bond for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath. This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
While the dismissal of the evidence is a major win for Lil Durk, the way it was handled raises serious concerns. The move appeared questionable, especially as Durk is currently seeking bond to be released from jail. Despite the suspicious timing, Durk's legal team welcomed the decision, stating that the prosecution undermining its own evidence only weakens the case further and strengthens Durk's chances of release.
The allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
As he pointed out, the case against Lil Durk is steadily falling apart, with prosecutors now unable to use his lyrics as evidence. Attorney Drew went as far as calling the charges a complete joke. The prosecution's case heavily relied on Durk's lyrics, and now that they've thrown that out, they're left with virtually nothing to stand on.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment. It did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Adam. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
However, just days later, when the judge finally ruled on Lil Durk's bail, a shocking condition was revealed. Federal authorities stated that for Durk to be granted bond, he would need to give up all his assets and go completely broke. Their reasoning, they believe his wealth could potentially be used to place bounties on witnesses, posing a serious threat to the case.
No bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
This led to a viral tweet that read, "If you think Durk was denied bond just because he's rich, you clearly don't understand the case. Didi's brother just snitched on all of it, and instead of making it public, the feds are keeping it quiet." to catch Durk's legal team off guard. That's likely why the prosecutors suddenly tossed out all the old evidence. They've just secured new information from Dee Dee's brother. According to sources, the new evidence includes body cam footage showing Ted, known as Dee Dee's younger brother, and reportedly one of Durk's main enforcers, begging to cooperate with authorities. This footage has drastically shifted the direction of the case. In response, Durk's lawyers have filed for an extension on their bond proposal, sparking questions about what exactly Ted revealed to federal agents. Ted was reportedly arrested at a local convenience store after police spotted a firearm tucked into his jeans pocket.
Really? Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
It was at that moment, sitting in the back of the police car, that Lil Ted began to break down, crying uncontrollably. Before even reaching the station, he desperately pleaded with officers, saying, "I swear I'll tell you all about the passings," hoping his cooperation would keep him out of jail. But by then, it was already too late. His fate was sealed.
Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Once placed in the holding cell, Ted continued to cry uncontrollably, clearly overwhelmed and desperate. All he wanted was to go home, and he was willing to give up the names of gang members involved in serious crimes to make that happen. With Dee Dee being Ted's older brother, rumors quickly started swirling. When court paperwork mentioned someone snitching with their family's last name, most people assumed it was Dee. As one of Lil Durk's closest associates, many believed Dee would be the one to flip, especially with the heavy prison time he's facing. The speculation got so intense online that Bazoo had to hop on Instagram Live just to calm everyone down.
Know what's going on, but the people that's in the courtroom, man, for real. There'll be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what's going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, first y'all into the jail going out there. Now y'all come on Monday and this, man. Snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. Some of my kids, y'all really just be running. That's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. You motherfuckers. Y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
Things escalated so wildly that even rumors began spreading about Vanya King Von's cousin allegedly snitching on Lil Durk.
When you see Flocko post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out that his co-defendant OTF Bonnie, King Von cousin, filed for protective custody when they came. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, maybe jumped maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff. Because a lot of times, these days, the headline is way better than the story.
There's much more happening behind the scenes. Federal authorities are deeply concerned that if Lil Durk is released, he could use his freedom and his resources to place bounties on his enemies and key individuals connected to the case, in an effort to tilt things in his favor. But some believe he may have already taken action. Just last night, it was reported that Glees, one of Durk's Day One homies, was shot and killed in Chicago.
A guy named OTF Jam. Very ironic name.
Jam got him in the jail. Did 12 years. 12 years. Out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cards, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually.
After the story made headlines, reports surfaced reading, OTF Jam was located by F members hiding out at a house just outside of Atlanta. Sources allege that Jam was punished for allegedly snitching on F's leader Lil Durk. A crime scene Photo outside the house where Jam had been staying quickly spread online, and since then, no one has heard from him. According to insiders, it all started during an Instagram live when Lil Durk allegedly noticed Jam was wearing a wire. Jam could be seen fidgeting with the top of his jacket, whispering into it, and repeatedly touching the hidden device, raising serious suspicions among the crew.
Check on your man, I heard you got it. Ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I didn't have a day architect. Man, what happened to dead? Schools out down.
Months before his arrest, Lil Durk had already sensed something was off about Jam. Sources now claim Durk had been playing 3D chess all along, fully aware that Jam would eventually flip. He saw the signs early and was reportedly preparing for it the entire time.
From a mile away. I don't think people realize that. I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your.
But the story only gets wilder, let me explain. In a later interview, Durk revealed that he no longer even lets his own friends know where he lives, choosing to keep all personal information to himself. You can sense the pain in his words. It's clear how deeply Jam's betrayal affected him.